Fear showed up in the market again today. Inflation fear, economic uncertainty, market volatility, sudden sell-offs, and yet investors kept buying the future anyway. And I think that's psychologically fascinating because when you look at many of the companies that people keep getting excited about right now, like companies connected to AI, space tech, satellite imaging, advanced materials, energy transformation, and speculative future growth ideas, what you're really looking at is not just investing, you're looking at human imagination. You're looking at people who are emotionally reaching toward a possible future that they hope eventually arrives. One of the most interesting things about investing to me is this. The farther away the future is, the more imagination enters the investment process. Because with highly speculative or future-oriented companies, investors are often buying a story, right? Put that word in quotes. I'm buying a story before I'm buying anything that's certain. Nothing is certain at all. I'm buying a hope, I'm buying possibility. I'm buying potential. I'm buying what might be narrative. What fascinated me today was watching fear appear in the markets early on. Big dip, just like yesterday. And then watching buyers come right back in, future growth ideas, future growth potentials anyway, despite the market, dipping significantly. And that tells you something really important about human psychology. People want to believe that tomorrow can become bigger than today. And sometimes the more uncertain the present feels, like right now with Middle East war and the US economy, everything that's happening here, and people going at it like cats and dogs. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, in present day. And sometimes the more uncertain the present is, the more emotionally attractive a future narrative can become, like in the future. This is why speculative stocks can keep attracting attention even during periods of fear, because investors aren't only reacting to numbers, investors are reacting to visions of the future, right? Artificial intelligence, space technology, quantum computing, satellite imaging, advanced manufacturing, space travel, space exploration, energy systems, medical breakthroughs. These ideas become psychologically powerful because they represent human possibility, human potential, what might be, And in a lot of ways, markets are emotional systems. Fear moves market. Greed moves market. FOMO, fear of missing out, moves market, right? Hope moves market. I really hope that this stock I just picked up is going to move. I really hope it's going to do something. Bill down at the office said it. This is it. This is the up and comer, right? And sometimes we keep buying the future, not because not because we're certain about it, not because certainty exists, but because emotionally we don't want to miss out on what the future might hold. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's fascinating. It's not just markets, it's not just numbers, but it's human emotion and human imagination plays a big role in all of this. And it creates psychological tension and emotional tension. And the tension is between fear, what if I lose everything, and imagination, what if I win everything? What if this future thing really does pan out? What if this really works? If you pull the camera back, I mean, that's how we humans, that's how we've always been. That's how history has progressed. That's how we've continued to, even if it's we make mistakes, every step of the way. That's kind of how we reach. That's how we progress. That's how we build history. We've just gone through it the same way. Fear of remaining here now with all its chaos, but a future that it might be really bright and really cool and fantastic. And so we put our money up there. We invest in what might be. So to me, this is one of the most fascinating parts of investing. If you are interested in the psychological side of markets and investing, my books are available now at jackcarterbooks.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.